Welcome to Suncrest United Methodist Church. My name is Mark Markle. I'm a member here. I'm a member because of fellowship I experience with other members of the church for the work that a church does on an outreach basis. There's a lot of opportunities at Suncrest United Methodist Church. Welcome to the SUM.
All right, you know how to finish this sentence. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Sometimes it's in the ear of the beholder as well. You will likely disagree with me if you know what I'm talking about. I love to hear Bob Dylan sing. He sings through his nose like that. How many times? You know, he sings like that. But I love it. For some reason, it's comforting to me. I like the nasal quality, and I like it when he hits these low notes, especially on his new album. And if you don't know who Bob Dylan is, God have mercy on your soul. Stop this video and go Google him right now, because he is the poet of a generation. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the ear of the beholder. There are beauties that I see that you don't see. There are beauties that you hear, and I disagree. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm going to share with you a passage today that tells us what God thinks is beautiful. We might have opinions about what's beautiful. Apparently, so does God. So let me share with you from Paul's letter to the church at Rome. This is chapter 12. I'll begin with verse 1 and I'll read through verse 10. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good, what is acceptable, what is perfect. For by the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, not to think more highly of yourself than you ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. For as in one body we have many members, and not all the members have the same function, so we, who are the many, are one body in Christ, and individually we are members one of another. We have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Prophecy in proportion to faith, ministry in ministering, the teacher in teaching, the exhorter in exhortation, the giver in generosity, the leader in diligence, the compassionate in cheerfulness. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. So from those verses, I can hear, in my imagination, I can see what God identifies as a beautiful life. Did you notice that, according to Paul, the life that is beautiful flows out of a life that is related to God? He says, therefore. So that means everything that's come before chapter 12, verse 1. And what Paul says in the chapters before chapter 12, verse 1, is that God, in God's mercy, has made it possible for you and me to be made right. Not just forgiven, but made right in relationship to God. And not only are we made right with God, we can be so united to Jesus that we are raised up into a new and beautiful life. And here's what that beautiful life looks like. The beautiful life that Paul speaks of in this passage, it is a life that has beautiful abilities that are embodied. Paul says that worship, true spiritual worship, is about offering your body. It's not just listening to a sermon or to a great song. It's not just studying the Bible. It's offering one's body. This is your holy and acceptable worship, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. And he says in this passage that a body that is offered as a beautiful living sacrifice with Jesus is a body that uses its beautiful abilities. He says some of us have this gift. Some of us have another gift. Some of us can encourage. Some of us are generous. Some of us can teach, lead, etc. But a beautiful life is when beautiful abilities are embodied. A body moves and does and lives. It just doesn't sit. A beautiful life involves beautiful abilities put into action. They are embodied. Contrast that with me, please. If a beautiful life includes beautiful abilities put into action and embodied, a life that is not beautiful is a life that just consumes, a life that just receives, a life that shops for blessings. That's not a beautiful life. I want you to also notice that a beautiful life has beautiful movements of the heart. In this passage, Paul says, let love be genuine. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in giving honor. Can you hear the beauty of those actions? Genuineness, goodness, affection, honor. Those things are identified as beautiful. And a beautiful life has beautiful movements of the heart that contain at least these things. If you would contrast that with me, please. A beautiful life has beautiful movements of the heart that come from a genuine place. A life that is not beautiful is a life that's a mask. It's healed. It's hidden. There's a shield in front of it. It doesn't get beyond the surface. It's shallow. It's not so deep. But a beautiful life comes from a genuinely deep place. Love and honor and zeal. After I read this and saw what God believes about what's a beautiful life, I asked, well, how do I become that beautiful life? I think one answer to that is it involves the presentation of my body to God. Not just my heart or my emotions, not just my thoughts or my mind, but it involves the presentation of my body, of our bodies and our minds and our hearts. That is spiritual worship. When we present our bodies to God, it allows God to get in our actions, to get deep down into the place where we are genuinely motivated. Worship, whether you do it online or in person, is not just listening to a message. It is presenting one's body to God. Oh God, hear my hands. Help me, oh God, with these hands to live a beautiful life. Help me to embody the beauty that you describe. Oh God, here are my feet. Take me places. Take me places that you would long for me to go so that I can genuinely serve and love and honor. A beautiful life is going to involve presenting the body to God. And it is also going to involve presenting the body to God's sacraments. God begins a work of transformation in us by washing our bodies in baptism, and our minds in baptism, and our hearts in baptism. And baptism is not just something that happens one day and it's done and it's over, but it's something that works down into us. It's a place where we are made right with God, but we are also raised into a new life with Jesus. Being raised into a new life is a continuous thing that we do. We present our bodies to God in baptism, but it's something that gets worked out over our life. We come to the table and we present our bodies to God there, as God presents the body and the blood of Christ to us. Somehow in that mystery of a meal, Christ enters into us when we have faith and begins to work himself out in our service and in our gifts and our beautiful abilities, in our loving. One of the great writers that I'm fascinated by is Fyodor Dostoevsky. Just saying his name is fun. He wrote a book that had a character in it who said this: beauty will save the world. He wasn't just talking about paintings and music. He was talking about lives made beautiful by God. So, here's a big question for us. God has an opinion on what's beautiful. Do I agree with him? That begins the journey of a beautiful life. Thank you.
We've come to the time of the season when family and friends gather near to offer a prayer of thanksgiving for blessing we've known through the year, to join our hand and thank our Creator, and now when the thanksgiving is due. This year when I count my blessing, I'm thankful the Lord He made you. This year when I count my blessing, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. I'm grateful for the laughter of children, the sun, the wind and the rain, the color of blue in his wondrous sky, the sight of a mountain range, the beauty of the autumn season, the old love that he has made new. This year when I count my blessing, I'm thankful the Lord He made you. This year when I count my blessing, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. And when the time comes to be going, it won't be in sorrow and tears. I'll say goodbye, I'll go on my way, grateful for all those years. I'm thanking for all that he gave me, for teaching what love can do. Thanksgiving Day for the rest of my life, I'm thanking the Lord he made you. Thanksgiving Day for the rest of my life, I'm thankful he made all of you. Amen.
Let me share with you some beautiful things that have and are happening through Suncrest. This coming week, there will be over 110 families here in Mon County who will experience a beautiful Thanksgiving dinner because of the generosity of folks here at Suncrest. There will be folks downtown here in Morgantown who this week will receive what we call a hygiene kit. It's got a towel in it, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, all the things that you need to be clean. We took numerous hygiene kits downtown to the Friendship House. I think that's beautiful. We had this week 2 vanfuls of things go to the Heart and Hand House in Belington, West Virginia, that were donated by folks here at Suncrest. If you participated in that, thank you so much. That's beautiful. If you agree that it's beautiful, you're going to have opportunities coming up in the next few weeks to make a difference in some folks' lives. Here at the entrance in our sanctuary, we're going to build a manger, and each week we're going to be offering different things in that manger. Our goal is that our kids will be able to put something in that and know that they're giving it to Christ and to Christ's friends. But we adults can participate as well and make a beautiful difference in the world. So if you would, look in our bulletin or in our social media and see what's coming up as we're going toward Christmas and what we're offering each week. You're invited to participate. All right? Thank you.
Walking in your freedom now, covered by your grace, resting in the healing power. We have been changed. Bless the Lord, bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Living in